In the beginning, baby boomers ruled the world, allegedly. That was before my time. Everything was good. They made the laws, they held the power, controlled the money, they had the politicians, they had everything, allegedly. And then one day, I don't know, 30 years later, the world became overpopulated. And the banking system fucked up economics. And all of a sudden, there was too many baby boomers and not enough people to support their retirement needs, their pension funds. So in Rio de Janeiro, Brazil, all the world leaders, well, at least the top 20 countries, met and they discussed a plan for a sustainable future. And this plan was called Agenda 21. 21 because it was for the 21st century. Now, fast forward, I don't know, 20 years. We're in an unsustainable atmosphere where there's not enough people to sustain all these boomers. There's not enough money. And no matter how much money the government prints, it can't cover the money to give these people a sustainable life. Let's fast forward 10 more years. So then Barack Obama and the scientists of America sell SARS number 2, aka coronavirus, to China. Fast forward 5 years. The world's governments are on the brink of bankruptcy, and they need to find a way to secure their money so that their country will not go into an economic turmoil. But either way, it would, allegedly. So they devised a plan of the lesser of two evils. They said, let's accidentally release this and try to cover it up as bat soup. And it'll just kill off the people that are no longer productive in our society, allegedly. And let's kill off the countries who have a predominantly older generation than younger generation, allegedly. And not only that, let's release two strains at once to really fuck with people's head. We'll give one to Iran and we'll give one to China. We'll put one in Italy and one in the United States. Let's see how they handle that. Now, a few of us are going to have to die to make it look good. But only the ones of us who have cancer or some kind of underlying disability, because allegedly we're going to be dead anyway. So fuck it. A few of us have to die for the greater good. Don't worry, we'll take care of your family, allegedly. For a sustainable future. And while we're at it, since the economy's been going to shit since 2008, and we can't print enough money to take us out of this crisis, allegedly. Just make it look like an accident. You people, you boomers, you're good people. We'll take care of your family. You're on your way out anyway. You have underlining problems. cancer, heart conditions. You're going to die. We're going to make it look like an accident. Don't worry, your family will be taken care of. Allegedly. I love it. It's one of the world's greatest plans ever. And while we're at it, let's get rid of the poor people because there's just too many poor people. We have enough slaves. We don't need any more. We have way too many. And people are becoming way too greedy. And there's way too many people for us to control. So let's get rid of some of the poor people who can't afford healthcare or live in countries that are so disgusting. They don't have proper healthcare. They can't even afford soap. It sounds like the makings of a movie. We're going to call it coronavirus, but it's really SARS. But by the time they catch on, they'll be so weak and impoverished. And after our government and our military takes care of us, they'll be begging for a solution. Problem, solution, reaction. Allegedly. Sounds like the makings of a science fiction movie. In fact, I've never heard of such a science fiction movie. I mean, this would be the greatest fucking plot I've ever heard of. What we're going to do is pacify them. We're going to control them. And we're going to change everything. Because this was going to happen anyway. This is the only way out of this. We could have had World War III, nuclear war. But we didn't want to poison the land. So the only way to do this was economically. Because economically, the world was going to fail anyway. It was inevitable. So what other way could we do this? We could have a water shortage. Well, we tried to control the water with our weather patterns, but we just couldn't seem to get it down. Sometimes we'd have floods here, and it kind of did the opposite of what we wanted to do. We really couldn't manage it that much. And the wars, 20-year war, well, we tried to bankrupt the country by a war for 20 years, but we just kept getting funding from people who felt sorry for us. So we just kept getting money. So we couldn't do it that way. And we tried to borrow away and borrow and borrow and borrow till we're damn near about $50 trillion in debt. But don't worry, anytime we have a crisis, we'll just print money. That's how we're gonna solve everything. Just print money. That'll fix it. And then when a real catastrophe comes to our country, we got it under control. Everything's okay. Don't worry, we're going to leave the borders open because I know you Democrats want the borders open. You don't want America to look like it's a prejudiced country. We're not prejudiced, okay, Democrats? There you go. We're doing this for you. We're going to keep the borders open. And the people who run the government are fucking retarded. Allegedly. They don't know. They can't watch the news like I do and see that fucking 75,000 people in fucking China have it and fucking 2,000 people die in fucking a month and a half. But it's just the flu, allegedly. No need to get upset. If you can print money, here's a question I have. If you can print money, why do you need to take our tax money? If you need to get paid via our tax money, why do you need our tax money if you can print your own money is my question. What, you can't print enough money? Allegedly. You need to tax us to the point where we have no power, no control. We're forever your slaves. How long do you think that this is going to last? Do you want us to be your slaves forever? Well, that's about to change, allegedly. We are becoming wise to the ways of your world. Did you try to control us? And a lot of Americans and a lot of people around the world are greedy, allegedly. And they only see money, especially when they've been brainwashed via propaganda that the almighty dollar is just that, almighty. And even you even put in God we trust on the money. So the Christians are like, well, it says God on this, so this must be godly money. When silver and gold is godly money. Dollar bills are only currency, but I digress. You brainwash and manipulate and create a culture via your television. You tell lies through vision. You tell lies through vision. Allegedly. And through your lies and deception, you control the masses via propaganda. And you get them to follow a culture where little women, 18 years to 16-year-olds, act like dirty whores, like strippers at a strip club, allegedly. You tell men that it's okay to act gay, that it's okay to watch another man bang your girlfriend, becoming a cuckold. You think that's okay via your propaganda and your tell lies through television and through your ads like Gillette that men are weak and are not manly. And I would agree, you have changed men to become girly boys with a lack of testosterone. Go ahead and turn on the news and listen to one of the news anchors, 35 years and younger. If you close your eyes, you couldn't tell if they were men or female. That's how low their testosterone is. There's no bass in their voice, it's all treble. Allegedly. And then you fearmonger with this coronavirus. You have both parties playing themselves. And the people who are brainwashed pick one side over the other. And you know the damage. And I want to explain something to you, 1% who are listening, if you're listening, and maybe one day you will listen. And maybe I'll be dead from the coronavirus. Oh well. When you look at the faces of the politicians today, they seem a little distraught. And I have to be 100% honest with you. It's not because they're sad that old people are dying or people with underlying conditions are dying. They're mad because they lost millions of dollars on the stock market. Because if you look at any report on CNN, Fox, CNBC, whatever, they will talk about the coronavirus for 1 minute and they always say, we're sorry for the old people. But Jim, what about the economic effects? What about the economic effects? Let's talk about that for 25 minutes. You see, this was done deliberately. I want to read the comments. What's up, Minnie K? Not sure if I've ever seen you before, but how you doing? Thanks for watching. And all the families whose loved ones are in lockdown or nursing homes I deal with daily, I'm supposed to tell them what? Don't tell them the truth because you'll lose your job. You see, you could tell somebody, and I've tried to tell my neighbors, just hear me out. I tried to tell my neighbor before he got into my car, I had to go take a ride somewhere. I had some hand sanitizer and I put it on his hand. I put it on mine first. I said, here. He's like, what the fuck? What are you, a pussy? He's like, I said, bro, see, it's people like you who don't take this shit serious that's going to have this all spread. I've been quarantined myself. I go out only to get stuff that I need. I've been quarantining myself for a while. As soon as I heard it was like in America, I don't even go see my best friend anymore. He lives like across the street. And my other best friends, we all meet up all the time. There's like 6, 7, 8 of us. I don't hang out with them anymore. They might hang out together, but not as much. It might not affect. See, this is the perfect storm. This is the perfect storm. It only kills old people. To them, old people are washed up. They've had their use. You know, they can't use cell phones. They don't get technology. Um, they can't produce any goods. They don't manufacture. I made a video. If you'd like to just give me a couple seconds. Yeah, I mean, what do you tell them when that happens? I made a video in November. Just want to hang on a second here. Well, anyway, I should probably put the link in. Rochelle is under. Yeah, shelves cleared. Coronavirus. Rochelle is under siege. What's the word? I made a video in November, and I said, "It's coming." I got to go to my page. I just want to play you a little clip. And I didn't say exactly what it was going to be precisely. I did say that it was. Where is it at? Where's it at? Oh, let me show the fucking top 5. Ah, boy. Anyway, I don't want to throw me off. Just imagine if you're a person. Yeah, they're lucky if they get the FaceTime. Just imagine if you're a person. Say you're 60 years old, right? You're almost about to retire, and your mom's in a nursing home, and you had $200,000 in a 401k like 5 weeks ago, and everything was good. You're like, okay, mom, you're in this nursing home. You recover from you fell down and broke your hip or whatever. I got to go to work. I have 2 jobs. I'm trying to make some money here. I got $200,000 saved up. I'll help you out. Now all of a sudden, the goddamn economy takes a shit, right? And you're out like $30,000 in less than a week, and then you get a call from the doctor. Oh, your mom is sick. She has pneumonia, but it's just natural causes. Just like the one lady in Seattle, her mom died of natural causes when she really had coronavirus, allegedly. So you get a call from the doctor, say, "Oh, your mom's not. She has about a week to live." And then they tell you, "Well, you can't come in. Everyone's quarantined, so you can't even say goodbye." because old people don't know how to use the computer. Then you lose $30,000 in 1 week. Well, if you had 200,000 and the stocks went down 20%, you'd lose 40,000. So I stand corrected. Your mom's on her way out because she's got pneumonia. You can't even go say goodbye to her. She passes away. Then they don't even say, well, it's not from the coronavirus. It's just from natural causes. And 5 other people die from natural causes in the same facility in the same week. Allegedly. What do I know? So I'm trying to see. Okay, yeah. So let me see. I can start this from the beginning.
I'm not sure how I was going to start the video or what I was going to say.
So listen for a second.
Exactly to start it off. But thanks for watching. I wanted you guys to watch this video. It's by a YouTuber called Epic Economist. And recently I've been on like an economy kick. So I just want you to hear some of this video. Maybe we'll dissect it. But I just want you to check out some of it. I'm going to adjust my volume, see if it's all right. Turn it up a little bit. And thanks for watching.
This is from...
It's 5 seconds.
This was streamed live on November 21st, so 1121, not if you're like into numerology. So 11/21/2019. And it's called, This is How the Next Depression Starts. Yeah, you can go right to my page. And that's just the name of this video, if you'd like to watch it. By all means, I'm not going to send you a link. It's called This is How the Next Depression Starts. Now, I wasn't 100% on how it was going to start, but I had thrown some clues in there. And this is fair use, and I wanted you to listen to it if you haven't already listened to it. I'm sorry I'm rambling on. So here we go, real quick. But thanks for watching.
Signs of the Deutsche Bank collapse. So in my opinion, I'm not a licensed, I don't have a license to give financial advice. This is just my opinion. All right. And this is free use, fair use, 1976 Act. So I want to say thanks for watching. Check out the video or not.
Deutsche Bank allegedly filed bankruptcy. Deutsche Bank, Europe's second largest bank, the biggest bank in Germany, one of the world's 10 largest banks by assets.
Okay, so just to real quickly interrupt, this video was just made like a couple of weeks ago, all right? So just check it out. Here we go. Because this is what I think is going to cause the economic collapse in Europe, and then it's going to come here. So check it out.
The Monetary Fund was the first to warn about it being the largest net contributor to systemic risks to the global financial system. If Deutsche Bank quivers, the rest of the global financial system will shake. There's a simple rule when it comes down to banking trouble. The louder someone in the government minister insists on TV that everything is just fine, the bigger the problem really is. For instance, if a government minister says everything is fine with a bank, you know it's not. It's terrible enough that a government minister should feel the need to say anything at all. So when he does, you know it's a red, flashing sign. Back in February, the German finance minister said he had no worries about Deutsche Bank. The matter of the fact that he felt compelled to give this statement says a lot. Second, when the CEO of a bank himself insists that all things are beautiful, you know that nothing is actually okay.
Just like when Trump said we got everything under control. Nothing to see here, guys. Keep it moving. Like a car crash. Nothing to see here. That's why there's 4 ambulances and 6 state troopers and a sheriff. And they got the goddamn drone with freaking caution tape. Nothing to see here. See, had I been foolish enough to have my money in the market during a bubble, I would have surely taken it out As soon as I heard this. And that's why it's important to do your homework. This was November 11th? 11/21. November. This was even before Corona, Cerveza, the Crown, virus, whatever you want to call it. If you were subscribed to me and if you listen to me, you would have not lost a dime. You would have actually made money. It's not that I'm Nostradamus. I just see shit.
Okay. At the same time, when the German finance minister was reassuring about the state of Deutsche Bank, the Deutsche Bank co-chief.
And if Deutsche Bank isn't bankrupt, if you don't think that coronavirus is going to put Deutsche Bank into bankruptcy, one of the top 10 largest banks in the world, you're sadly mistaken. This is the straw that broke the camel's back. This is going to, if you have money in the stock market still to this day, right now, and I know, well, you said to do this, and I said I'm not a stock broker. I'm not a professional investor. You don't have to listen to me. But if you keep your money in this market, man, you're foolish. Because the time to sell was 3 months ago. And it's still the time to sell. You might just be able to make some money, but now is not the time to buy. Allegedly. I want to play this video, but I almost don't want to. Like, I don't want to rub it in. I don't want to say I told you to fucking... Shit's about to get real. It's already real enough, but it's not really real. It's not official. You know, I like to say, oh, it's official. It's not official yet. It's not officially official. Not yet. When he says, get the hell out.
Chief Executive Officer was distributing a memo to his employees claiming that his bank was
get the hell out of the stock market.
Solid,
Yeah.
and that it had a robust capital.
Yeah, get the hell out of the stock market. I got you. Before it's all wiped away. And you know what? Many people have worked 50, 40, 60 years. You know, when Trump was doing his and listen, don't get it wrong, I don't hate Trump. When Trump was doing his the stock market's great, and I remember he did a show in New Jersey. 100,000 people showed up. There wasn't enough seats. He's over there talking about, some guy's wife was always mad at the guy, and she said to the guy who was her husband, oh, you finally did something right. You made some money in the stock market, right? That was 2 months ago. Now he lost $40,000 if he had 200 in there. Now, if you had 400 in there, before it's all gone, you got to sell it. Now, I'm not trying to say sell, because they're going to blame me. Oh, well, mass hysteria caused the sell-off. No, allegedly. I'm sure it wasn't your monetary policy. I'm sure it wasn't your massive spending. I'm sure it wasn't your freaking bubbles, speculation, and repos, and quantitative easing, allegedly. I'm sure it was none of that. It's people like me, people like me, with my hyperbole and my speculations that caused the market to crash. I'm sure. Let's all find a scapegoat. Everyone wants a scapegoat. They can never take responsibility for their actions. Shit is, like Big John said, it's hitting the fan. And it's shit hitting the fan light right now. I guess shit will really hit the fan when the lights go off. Because when that happens, shit will really hit the fan. So let's listen to some more of this if you want to. I don't know. I'm just playing this. Here we go.
In risk position. Logically, if the boss himself feels compelled to gather the troops to tell everyone that everything is splendid, you can bet that it is all the other way around. The third sign of a bank in distress is a plummeting share price. The art of contrarian investing involves seeing value, potential, and opportunity in assets that other investors have left for dead. Deutsche Bank, which goes by the symbol DB on the New York Stock Exchange, could be a contrarian's dream. But just because something is cheap and is down 84% doesn't make it a good buy. But usually the market consensus, which is by definition the share price of an asset, is spot on. Dropping share price signal a company that is in danger. The combined foresight of millions of investors knows when something is seriously overrated. Ever since the finance minister and the Deutsche Bank CEO's comments, the share price of Deutsche Bank is down 22%. Deutsche Bank has been in a malaise for a very long time. Its shares are down 84% from their all-time high in 2007. Because of this, Deutsche Bank's market capitalization is 1/6 the size of HSBC. It's smaller than Singapore-based DBS Group and is just a bit bigger than the American sports apparel company Under Armour. So what's wrong with Deutsche Bank? Well, everything is wrong with Deutsche Bank. It is coping with
Everything is wrong with every bank. And that's why we're in this fucking position. They needed a scapegoat. What else? Because of the artificial intelligence buying all the stocks and all the central banks loaning money to these corporations who repossess their own stocks from people like you and me. You want to sell your stock, you made some money, the corporation buys it, so now it's no longer on the market for sale, allegedly, which drives up the price, allegedly, which creates a bubble, allegedly. You start to see the point here? See what I'm saying? What are you going to have? What can you do? Trump could say, oh, we're going to go to war with fucking Iran. And stocks would go up. Now, normally, when you want to say a country wants to go to war, it's bad news. Because of artificial intelligence, allegedly, stocks keep going up and up and up and up and up and up and up. If you are a smart investor, Illuminati, 1%, 0.1%er, you would know, okay, I see what coronavirus did to China. It's coming here. It's going to do the same thing. Sell. It's the people who have all the money selling their stocks. And the artificial intelligence buying it back the next day. So if it drops 2,000 points, okay, let's stop loss. Let's invest on what's going up. What went up in the, okay, 3M, this company buying masks, hand sanitizer, toilet paper, Procter & Gamble, CVS, any kind of pharmaceutical company. The next day, those stocks go up 5, 10%. Allegedly. All they give a fuck about is their goddamn money. Think they really care about you? It's sad. It's really sad. Go watch a video on YouTube about the coronavirus. Promise you there'll be more videos about the economic effects. And this just proves to me that people's greed. See, greed is a deadly sin. It's like one of the things opposite of love, you know? If you love someone or something or somebody, you're not greedy. You give, you know? Say, hey, you need some help? I'll volunteer my time. I'll help you with this. Or you need some money. You're short right now. That's love. Greed's the opposite of that. It's like hatred. Allegedly. These fucking assholes, they're just bad actors. Look at their faces. Go turn on a YouTube video and look at all these politicians and look at all these people who have money invested. They look like somebody shit in their cereal and they had to eat it. Because not only is the world in turmoil, because a lot of these politicians are investors. Why do you think they're so involved with politics? Why do you think they're so worried about it? Because they're very lively. Every dime they make, that's what they do with their money. They make money. They don't just sit there and hold it. They invest it. That's how they become richer. You know how hard it is to become a billionaire just by saving money? I mean, I don't even think that's possible. Like, I don't think anyone makes enough money. Maybe 20 people in the world make enough money and can save enough money without investing it to become a billionaire. No, you have to invest it in a business, stocks, bonds, all this other bullshit. Look at the faces on these people. I've only seen one politician or ex-politician, whatever you want to call it, who doesn't have that look on his face. And that's Rudy Giuliani. If you look at him, he's like the cat who swallowed the canary. Warren Buffett sold his shit, a lot of his shit. He put his money in, he sold his stocks and put it in money. You'll see him around. He don't want to be around because everyone's just gonna. He's smiling too because you know how much money he knew. He knew this shit was gonna come. Something was gonna come. It had to. It was inevitable. What goes up must can't come down. It can't go up forever. Like if it rains from now until April, we'll have 50 feet of fucking water. The people who stayed in with all their money lost a ton. And on top of that, now their relatives are getting sick. In New Rochelle, New York, which is 5 counties away from where I live, 5 counties away, they got the National Guard on the street. It's damn near, they call it involuntary. What does involuntary means? Involuntary quarantine. Basically, martial law, 5 counties away. And it was started by some lawyer, a lawyer who worked in New York City and Manhattan. On Broadway and who the fuck knows what street it was. Whatever. Don't really matter. This isn't a current affair. Who, what, when, where, how, and why. He got it, went to a synagogue, gave it to the rabbi, gave it to everybody. That's why right now, if you go out, you got to be a goddamn fool. Seriously. If you go out in any kind of crowd. Oh, crowds under 250 people is okay. But if it's 500 people or 251 people, then you might get this shit. No. You might get this by talking to the mailman. No crowds. I would avoid a crowd like the plague. I don't care if my daughter was doing a show and when she was singing. If I'm 80 years old, I'm not going. Send me a video. Because people are disgusting. They're gross. Allegedly. Wash your hands. Why do you need to tell people to wash their hands? Why is that a thing? People don't know they need to wash their hands. You see them tell you, don't touch their face. Don't touch your face. You see Mayor de Blasio, he's like this. Touching himself. He can't even do it. And none of them are wearing masks. They're all going to get it. Every politician's going to get it. Every single one of them. Every one. Every last one. I don't feel sorry for them. Everything's fine. This is just the flu. This is just the flu. Go ahead. Go about your life. See if I care. I've already sold my shares. I got my money. I got my underground bunker. Don't you know that the rich are going to hide out in the mountains? That's what the Bible says. They're going to be in their little bunkers. And they got all the good doctors and all the good medicines, and they probably have a vaccine. What country would sell a disease without having a vaccine? Okay, let's see what she says. I'll read a comment. It's Kelly and Minnie on Facebook. Please pass this on to me as it transpires, if you would. Containment. Yeah, it's beyond containment. It's a pandemic. You know when I knew it was a pandemic? When the World Health Organization said, well, this isn't a pandemic. Well, that was the exact day that it was on every single freaking continent in the world, except for Antarctica. Isn't that funny where the government is like setting up bases on Antarctica? Every government in the world has a stake in Antarctica. What's his name just went there? What the fuck? I can't think of his name. If it crosses my mind, I'll say it. John Kerry was down there for some odd reason. Even he went down there. He had to check something out in Antarctica. Yeah, he probably had to say, okay, well, I like this. I would like this mountain view right here overlooking the, I want a northward view towards South America, when this virus hits that we sold to China 5 years ago, which is 1,000 meters away from the buffet table where Wuhan had their meal. And the bat soup allegedly got everybody sick. Bat soup? Hey, listen, man. If heat supposedly kills viruses, well, when you make soup, don't you let it boil? Don't you let it? You don't drink soup cold. You drink it hot, right? You make sure it's hot and everything's. Oh, God damn, that's hot. It's too hot. Let it cool down. That would kill every virus in bat soup. Bat soup? Obama sold it to him. You can look it up. It's SARS. It's SARS too. Ask the Iranians what it is. They're not calling it coronavirus. They're calling it SARS. I don't shake hands. I'll give you a fist bump. What's up, dog? Hand me the fucking. I don't give a fuck. I'll put hand gel on right in front of you. I don't give a shit. I'll make you put it on. I'll wear a mask. I don't care. Who knows? Why do you think that the doctor that died in China, the whistleblower, who was trying to tell the world about it, died from it? He was like 29, 30 years old. Because they leaked it out. The government was embarrassed, didn't want it to get leaked out to the world, allegedly. And he died. He died. I've heard phone calls. I've seen videos where Chinese doctors were almost in tears. Talk about just kill me. Just come and kill me. I can't deal with this shit. They're telling him to calm down. The nurses are rubbing him. It's okay, doctor. It'll be. They fucked up. They made a mistake. And SARS is out there. SARS-2. COVID-19, a.k.a. SARS-2, a.k.a. the crown. The disease of the crown. Is that in Revelations? I don't know. Funny how Jesus wore a crown. Crown of glory. People can't fucking breathe. Yeah, it's pneumonia. It's pneumonia. Okay, so sorry, I keep getting messages, guys. I'm sorry. I have to apologize for that. One of the comments says, a boy named Gilroy says, without going into specifics, do you think the little hat people that run the banks have some kind of involvement in all this? Yeah. I used to be a telemarketer and I was damn good. I get on the phone and I've had people tell me, man, you should be a used car salesman, right? I used to set up timeshares. I worked for Time Life. I started out when I was like 10 years old in the Police Athletic League. Anyway, I'm just giving you a little rundown. And, you know, one of the things you don't give a fuck about is all you care about is commission. You want these monies coming in, my monies. Like when I worked for that timeshare, everyone had their name on the board. Okay. Such and such. We had like 15 people working. You get on the phone, right? And every time you'd have an affirmative call, like, sure, I would love to come down. Yeah, send me a free flight from so-and-so to go to this hotel. You get a free night stay, 2 days and 1 night, and then you have like a little 3-hour conference. We try to get people to buy a timeshare. We did not give a shit. You go up to the port, okay, I got another one. I got another one. I got another one. If you got like 10 a day, that was like $100 in your pocket. Did not give a shit. Bankers don't give a shit. Allegedly. They don't give a shit. Here's another example. When I worked at Time Life, I used to sell movies and CDs and DVDs. Back when, before there was any of this shit where you could buy it, you know, like you could watch it for free online or Hulu or Netflix, etc. You know, I go through my spiel, blah, blah, blah. Say, listen, I want to give you these DVDs out to you free of charge. We're going to send them to you, free shipping. Check out the movies. If you like the movies, you'd probably buy it, wouldn't you? Get them to say yes. Just keep getting them to say yes, 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 yes. And the ABCs of selling is always be closing, always trying to close the deal. And you had people on the phone, your operator, who didn't say a word, like they had the mute button on so that, you know, they couldn't hear you. And they'd hit like one on your like little laptop. You'd hit one and then you could hear them talking, okay, say this to try to get them to go. Bankers don't give a fuck. Used car salesmen don't give a fuck if you can't afford it. Mortgage companies don't give a fuck if you can't afford it. Because they get bonuses from the banks. Like, listen, if you get us 20 people to buy a house, we're going to give you $100,000 this week, and you guys can split the bonuses, and whoever sells the most mortgages to this bank gets bonuses. That's how it really works. And if you're good with your tongue, you talk shit, you know, you can be all suave with females on the phone, blah, blah, blah. Ones who aren't married, you know, there's no man around. Then you're really doing good. Like, fuck, you know what I mean? Parties, pizza parties, bonuses. Oh, man, they just don't give a fuck. Allegedly. It's sad. They take advantage because Americans, on the most part, American to American, are pretty trusting people. You know, you got some people like, oh, I don't trust anybody, you know, but most people are like, oh, well, if you give me a handshake, you know, he shook my hand. He said he's going to give me $10. He borrowed $10 from me on Monday. He shook my hand and said on Friday he'd give me back the $10. The lie detector proved that was a lie. Do I think the banks have some kind of involvement on this? They're the reason for this whole thing, allegedly. Where do you think the government borrows money from? They sell treasury bills, okay, which are guaranteed. You know what it's guaranteed by? The money we make, our taxes. They sell treasury bills to the Federal Reserve, who prints money up out of nowhere. The government prints treasury bills out of nowhere. They swap them, and the banks get the fucking, they split the difference with the interest. And the government doesn't care. Why do you think they have a census? They have a census because they can borrow on people who are taxpayers. The more people they have, the more money they can borrow. And who owns the Federal Reserve? People like the Rothschilds, the Rockefellers. And certain people have stocks in it. It's like it's a private bank, but people who are investors do, but they keep it a secret. And these banks are like a regular bank. So like me and you, we're the government, right? We want to borrow money. Okay, well, you're going to borrow it at 6%. They don't care. Give me my money, and the taxpayers are going to pay the 6%. And if we come up short somehow, we'll just raise taxes. Or we'll have a new law which can bring in more money. Because all they do is make a fucking law every other week. There's a new law. For every state in the union, there's a new law. Oh, you can't do this. You can't do that. You can't smoke inside of New York. You can't talk on your phone. You got to wear your seatbelt. You got to have inspection. Oh, you have to comply with the Clean Air Act. You have to have a quiet muffler. You have to have a catalytic converter. You got to have this. You got to have that. You got to do this. And God forbid you figure out a way to try to outsmart them. At first, it'll be illegal, like marijuana. But then after a while, when they realize there's money and they can make money on taxing it, then they'll just tax it and legalize it, just like they did with marijuana. Colorado, Washington, they just tax it. And what they do is they show the fucking banks, the Federal Reserve, or the European Central Bank, hey, look how much money we got in taxes. We can borrow this much because we can cover these taxes. Well, now they're in a shitstorm. What I call shitstorm shenanigans. When all of us are going to be out of work for the next 3 or 4 months, starting in a couple of months or less. And they're not going to get their money. They're going to have to borrow more money on future earnings from us. And maybe one good thing will come out of this. Like maybe we'll start having our own, because right now 80% of our medication comes from China and India. Maybe we'll start producing our own stuff again. Maybe not. Boy named Gilroy. And if you call them out on it, you get arrested in many countries throughout the world. Yeah. Or they shut you up. They silence you. Hello from Hi Poland. How you doing? Polskiana, how you doing, man? Thanks for watching. We're just talking about banksters and their alleged frauds, and they call them banksters, because it sounds like gangsters, but they're banksters. And they got their techniques, I don't know if they got it from the mafia, but I could just see like a mafia dude, like, listen, here's $50, but I need $55 by next Friday, or I have to break something. This shit is serious, and not a lot of people are taking it serious. And that's why it's spreading. People are all, oh, what do you mean you're canceling basketball games? Well, my feelings aren't hurt. Or hockey or soccer or whatever the fuck. A virus is going around. If you bring it home to grandma, it could kill her. Oh, but you shouldn't go in public if there's a crowd over 250 people. But if you have a small crowd of about 200 people, you'd be all right. I figure this. If the Norton ratio, which is like allegedly the ratio in which this virus spreads, let's say it's 2, like one person gives it to 2 people, all right? You're a kid from school and you give it to your mom and dad. So 2,000 people have it on day 1, 2,000, 4,000, 8,000, 16,000, 32,000, 64,000, 128,000, 256,000, 512,000, 124,000 in 10 days. If it just doubles, there's no test. Just everything's okay. Don't worry about it. You'll be all right. Allegedly. Just wash your hands. And don't French kiss any strippers you just met. Okay? Stay out of the strip club. You'll be all right. Let's go from there. 100,000, 200,000, 4, 800,000, 1.6 million. 32, 64. Now we're in the millions. Now we're 2 millions. Now we're at 4 million, 5 million in 20 days. But they're going to give you about 1,000 tests a day. We're going to be all right. We have the capability in the next 2 weeks that we're going to have 50,000 tests. Everything's going to be fine, people. Don't you worry. Continue to go out to the bar. It's not in your town yet. It's not in the neck of your woods yet. It's only in 100 and something countries. It's not in your county. We know because we're fucking Nostradamus. Don't be upset. Don't worry. Every little thing's gonna be all right. So we were at 5 million. This is day 21. 10 million, 20 million, 40 million, 80 million, 160 million, 320. Wait, that's all our population. So if it doubles every day for 25 days, every little thing's gonna be all right. And if this doubles every day for the next 25 days, everyone in America will have it. That's 1 month. Do you think our health system can handle that? Is there enough masks? Is there enough pills? Is there enough oxygen? Is there enough nurses? Is there enough rooms? Is there enough ICU rooms? There's only 77,000 ICU rooms in America. Do we have enough for 320 million? Hello, Ozzy. Good day from down under. Every little thing's gonna be all right tonight. I ain't going outside. I ain't shaking no one's hand. I ain't talking to nobody. I ain't smoking a blunt with nobody. I ain't having a shot off nobody's drink with nobody. If I was single, definitely wouldn't be, you know, my brain knows all the songs when I hear the voice. It causes some flashbacks to memories and remembering. Yeah, I know. The coronavirus is patented. Yep, we talked about that. Obama sold it to the Chinese. Yep, at least 5 years ago. It was in a newspaper. It was in an article. It's really SARS. It's SARS, is what it is. It's just like it. I don't want to scare you, but we're all gonna, you know what I mean? We're all gonna get it. Yeah, I think I might have already had it. I don't know. I can't be 100% sure. I was sick for fucking 3 days, and I felt like someone knifed me in my gut. I threw up 7 times and shit myself. Okay. Stock market is tanking, right? Jaguar. You got to go back and watch the whole video of this, and we talked about that. Yeah, it's tanking. It's going to keep going. I talked about this. Went to the casino, came home, couldn't sleep, stomach hurt, had the fever for like 6 to 8 hours. Stomach hurt the next day. I was like, oh, God damn, I wish I was just either. Allegedly. All this in attempts, they knew what it would do. They tested it. You don't give this to, you don't sell a disease like this to your enemy, knowing that one day they might use it on you. Why would you sell something like that to an enemy? Bat soup. Huh. That's a good one. That's a real good one. Bat soup. They want CRISPR data. The Wuhan office officially is endorsed by the UN now. It's sad. They did tests. They had to have. Chinese aren't stupid. They had a bunch of rats. They had like different life cycles within the rats. A week old, a month old, 2 months, 4, 8, a year, 3 years old. All the old ones were dying. Like, okay, this is just going to kill old people. China has a surplus of old people. So does Italy. Why do you that was one of the reasons Italy economy was falling, because there wasn't enough younger people. Same thing with Germany. You think Italy's bad? Wait till Germany has an outbreak. Because Germany has way more old people than young people. That's why they're importing refugees to support the older people, allegedly. Will Smith, I am legend in the post-apocalyptic world. Now I know where this song comes from. Three Little Birds. Well, there you go. We're in the apocalypse. I'm not sure how many guys you guys are biblical. I don't really want to go there. I could make a different video on that. I just might do some homework, because I can't think of all the verses off the top of my head. Plus, I haven't slept all night and I haven't been able to sleep lately. And you guys know I have insomnia. Like, I always make like episode 55 insomnia, because I just be thinking about shit, you know? Shit bothers me. So I got all these gray hairs because it's fucking stress. I worry about shit. I worry about people. Even though I know I can't do anything about it. This is why I talk about it. I try to get the message out there. That's my way of coping with this. That's why I was like a prepper. Fuck, I can't even remember how many years ago. Fucking 9 years ago, I think I started prepping. Starting to learn how to camp outside, being a survivalist, a minimalist. Minimalism for the win. Yep, I will keep walking alone like Will Smith and breaking into grocery stores and watching American movies and chilling alone like him. Yeah. That's why I think, like, I don't really talk about this much anymore, but men going their own way in MGTOW, in a way, if you go your own way, those would be some of the guys who live because they're just tired of people's bullshit. Not only just females and their bullshit. Everybody's bullshit. Reno's bullshit. Your friend's bullshit. Everyone's full of shit, allegedly. Everyone's out for themselves. Everyone's greedy. When I used to make a sale, I remember back in the day in my 20s, I used to make a sale. Some old dude, like 60 years old. I'm like, yeah, this dude's smarter than me. Yeah, I just got him for $20. It was like you celebrated it. Like, oh yeah, I just fooled this old dude. You know what I mean? I just sold him 4 DVDs, Billy Joel DVDs. Fucking, I'm gonna get my money. Oh, I got a $500 bonus on my commission. I'm doing good. You don't give a fuck about, oh my God, what if this old man had a sick wife and he's taking care of her and he can't really afford it? He just wants to listen to some Billy Joel for a day or two and then give it back, but now he's stuck holding it because he don't want to pay $25 to ship it back. So it'd be like $35 to keep it or $25 to ship it back. Naldo Smith Jenkins, what's going on, brother? I'm just running my big fat mouth. I'm just talking shit, allegedly. People are corrupt. Not everyone's your friend. Not everyone wants to be your friend. Some people get close to you so they can take advantage of you. And that's another reason why guys stay to themselves or they don't want to deal with the fucking bullshit. I'm good, brother. I hope you're good too, man. Hope your family's all right. But I guess you get to a certain age and you're just like, you don't want to deal with the fuckery, the he said, she said drama bullshit. You don't want to hurt people like going around smacking the fuck out of somebody if they talk shit about you or call you a name or you're a fucking, you know, whatever the fuck difference you are. Everyone calls you out in your difference. Oh, what are you know what I mean? Oh, you're from New York. It's like every time there's a difference. Oh, you must be Chinese. Like, you know what I mean? Because you know, you look a certain way. Oh, what are you, one of those fucking chinks? Or you know what I mean? It's like, brother, why do you gotta be like that, man? You know what I mean? Or you're a fucking Jew. You know, you know what I mean? Like, yeah, it's all good, brother. I appreciate you, man. Appreciate everybody. Everybody tries to put somebody down for something. Allegedly, in this whole fucking government, what do you think the word government means? Anyone know? Jag, if you're still watching, do you know what government means? I'm sure you do. Government. Well, you know, on some cars, they have a governor, you know. Government simply means to control your mind. That's why they're always lying to you. You know what I mean? It's like an abusive wife, like lying to you all the time. And you're trying to love her, you're trying to trust her, and she keeps lying to you. And not only that, every time you turn around, you go to the store or something, she's in your pockets, like going through your pants pocket, your shirt pocket, trying to grab your money. Government, control the mind. Mind control. That's all it is. Not only is it through propaganda and television, in the news, mainstream media, they go through your fucking pockets. Sick of people in my pockets, man. And I don't get anything out of it except lies and bullshit. Shit you learn in school is a bunch of fucking bullshit. The person who can regurgitate the most is the best student. Not the most creative, not the best artist, not the best musician. Well, maybe, maybe allegedly, maybe one out of the fucking 500, 600 kids in your class, the best athlete. That's a rarity. Everyone else is shit. You don't amount to shit. You're not creative. You're not intelligent. Can't think outside the box, or you're not athletic enough. You're just like everyone else, a fucking slave, a fucking rat that they experiment on, like they're fucking rats in the cage that they test coronavirus on. I'm surprised they're not testing fucking prison population, people in prison for coronavirus. Like, hey, you want to get out of jail 5 years earlier? We got this vaccine. We want to see. It might kill you. People on death row. How about this? You're on death row. We're going to kill you. But if you take this virus, right, we're going to give you the vaccine first. Then we're going to infect you with the virus. And if you live, we won't kill you. You just stay on death row for the rest of your life. You don't think governments do shit like this? They're corrupt, allegedly. I don't know. Just some of my thoughts. Trying to think of what else, but I need to go to bed. I'm finally tired. I guess thinking makes me tired. And after an hour and 10 minutes, I'm good. Thanks for watching. Avoid fucking crowds like the plague. And I'm a channel that's not monetized, so I can say whatever the fuck I want. That's why some people like me, because I don't have to fucking say cerveza bug or the crown virus. I can say it straight to the point and swear and just keep it real. Allegedly. You have a good day. And thanks for watching. Peace 'em out.